What up, Graham?
Niz, what's going on, man? Congrats on the WWE Championship one last night.
I believe the first headline I read from my notifications on my phone was from Bleacher Report, and it said, "The Miz is really WWE champ," from you guys.
Well, I'm going to preface that by saying I didn't write that. But second of all, I was going to ask you what the moment meant to you last night by becoming the WWE champion. It was a shocking end of the show. Not a lot of people saw that coming. You've been teasing a lot. You're finally the champion now. What are your thoughts on having won last night? What are the first reactions?
If I can be honest with you, I walked into Elimination Chamber, and I did not expect that to happen either. I had no idea it was going to happen until probably I started getting a feeling of the rumblings, and I was like, ooh, this could happen. And then had a little conversation with a colleague, and I was like, this is going to happen. We are going to, I'm going to cash in tonight, and I could be WWE champion. And let's face it, Drew McIntyre has been unstoppable. And the champions that we have right now in Roman, or that we had before I cashed in, Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, to be completely honest with you, I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to cash in until these two get rid of the titles, because they are such strong champions. Like, I can't remember the last time we've had such strong champions in WWE. And to be able to go in there, beat someone like Drew McIntyre, who has been on fire as of late, and win my second WWE championship. And to be completely honest with you, I wasn't sure it was ever going to happen. 10 years ago, I was WWE champion, and I've had opportunities here and there, but sometimes, you just wait and you see, and you push, and you make sure you're always evolving, always getting better, always doing the right things. And, from then on, I was like, wow, it's going to happen. And I'm still in awe that it actually happened. And I'm just very proud and happy. And I love the fact that on Twitter, everyone was going nuts, some positive, mostly negative. But I always enjoy all the negativity, because it fuels my fire to do better, to be better, to gain the respect of my haters.
The funny thing is that you even go back 10 years ago when you cashed in the first time Money in the Bank, there was hate even then. Like you said, that the article, the title for that article from Bleacher Report was that you were really WWE champion. You could probably find an article saying the same thing from 2010. And then you went on to hold the championship for 6 months, main event WrestleMania, faced Jerry Lawler, John Cena, among many other people. How does this compare to that first championship win from 11 years ago at this point?
It feels even better, and the reason it feels better is because I feel that I'm ready and I'm worthy. When I first won the WWE Championship, I was still gaining my confidence in WWE. I mean, I was pretty new to the main event scene. As a matter of fact, I think that was my first main event. I wasn't in the main event picture, and to be able to work with Randy Orton and John Cena, who literally took me from this, lower level mid-card superstar into, and turned me into, and make me learn how to become a main eventer. And this isn't just, this is how good they are, that when you're in the ring with them, you have to elevate yourself and get to that level. And if you don't, they'll swallow you up and spit you out. And so many superstars have done that. And I was able to learn, take it in. And I remember when I was Mr. Money in the Bank in 2010, everyone thought I was going to be the first person to lose that Money in the Bank contract. But then I won the WWE Championship. And when I won the WWE Championship, everyone said I was going to be a transitional champ. But then I went on a 160-day spree, main eventing WrestleMania and cashing in. And, I main evented and retained the title in the main event of WrestleMania as a person that wasn't liked by the audience. That never happens. Usually the good guy triumphs the bad guy, but that didn't happen that time. And I remember going up against John Cena, and The Rock was involved in this storyline, and everybody thought I was getting overshadowed. The WWE champion was getting overshadowed. And I remember cutting this promo, and people, I think everyone was taken aback and going, oh, wow, this guy is ready, and he's there. And even back then, when I was in the main event of WrestleMania, I felt I was ready. But what I've learned in the past 10 years has gotten me even more ready and more confident and more able to say I am ready for the WWE Championship to hold the most prestigious and honorable title in all of WWE, and I will make sure that people want to stay glued to Monday Night Raw each and every Monday, because you never know what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that creates the best show, and it creates the best champion.
It might even make Monday Night Raw must-see, in a word, as someone would say, right?
I always make everything I do, or try to do, I always try to make everything I do must-see.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's doing a reality show in Ms. and Mrs., which, by the way, will be coming back with new episodes the day after, the Monday after WrestleMania. So you definitely want to tune in for those new episodes. A lot of shenanigans happen there.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully I will still be WWE champion after winning the main event of WrestleMania on April 10th or 11th. So we will see what happens. I'm excited about tonight's Monday Night Raw. I plan on gloating, bragging, boasting, doing what The Miz does best. And hopefully people will be happy that, I feel like I'm an underdog. I really do. Like, no one's ever cheered me. No one's ever said, good job, Mike, pat me on the back. I never feel like I've ever gained the respect of anyone. And here I am as the WWE champion, still thinking, like, I wonder if they respect me now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to like me,
but
you have to respect me.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the main event of WrestleMania, and I'm glad you brought that up, because you made a post a year ago when WrestleMania was announced for Los Angeles, and you said, if WrestleMania is going Hollywood next year, if I don't main event, I quit. Has that quote that you said on your Instagram page a year ago been in the back of your mind ever since then? I mean, obviously, we're not going to be in Los Angeles this year. It's going to be in Tampa. But has that been in the back of your mind even before you won Money in the Bank, that is a goal that you wanted to achieve come WrestleMania 37?
I put these things in, so I put goals that are completely out of reach.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at that, and it was a year ago, and, people didn't think of me as main eventing WrestleMania, but now, a year later, like, I put those in my head. I put it out in the universe. Like, you ever hear The Secret? Like, where you put things out in the universe, and
the
they're
book,
supposed to come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these are things that I do. I put it out there. I say it. Because I remember hearing about Jim Carrey writing himself like a $1 million check, and was going to cash it in 5 years later because that's where his goal was. And he actually ended up getting a movie and actually making more than that check. And it's like one of those things, you put things out in the universe to hopefully, and then but by the way, you can't just put it out there. You have to work towards it. Mm-hmm. You have to do everything in your power to get to where you need to be. And me, it's getting all the right tools. The right tools are making sure that I'm in the ring. Like, the new up and coming superstars that are here in the WWE right now are more athletic, more like that. Some of the things that they do are just absolutely incredible. And I have to make sure that I can keep up, not only keep up, but excel and be better than any of them. And so they always keep me, like the youth coming into WWE, always keep me young. And it's funny saying that, because I remember when I was, 25, just coming into WWE, and here I sit here at 40 as the WWE champion. I feel like I'm in my prime. I've never been better. I am able to talk, do so many different things in the ring, and able to captivate an audience unlike any other superstar that WWE has.
And not only are you the new WWE champion, but the stat was shared on social media last night. You're WWE's first ever two-time Grand Slam champion, having won this twice, U.S. champion, IC title twice, tag team titles multiple times, obviously. What are your thoughts on that stat, having been the first ever Grand Slam champion in WWE history?
I almost don't understand what it means, like what it is, because I feel like other people have had to have like a Randy Orton or a John Cena, like, or maybe they didn't have multiple. Is that what it is? It's like you have to have 2 Intercontinental title reigns, 2 United States Championship reigns.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins hasn't done that?
No, he's only held the U.S. title once.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that. I was like, there's no way. I didn't believe the stat. I saw the stat. I looked at it. I go, there's no way. But now that I'm starting to think about it, wow. I mean, if you would have asked that question, like if that was a question on Jeopardy, I guarantee everyone would get it wrong.
Yeah. Well, not only that, that was another stat coming out of the show last night was that I think last night may have marked, and obviously you've won your fair matches on TV in the last couple of months with Morrison and whatnot. Last night, I think was the first singles match that you've won in close to a year, and now you're the new WWE champion. Is becoming the champion kind of make up for that, or do you think the work has only really just begun? And I think people should be paying more attention to the promos that you've been doing too, specifically in social media that you did after the show last night on the WWE YouTube channel.
I don't think people listen to me. I think they hear me, but they don't listen.
Yep.
And they don't hear, like they take it in and it goes out the other ear. The problem is they're not analyzing what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're just letting it go. When I say I'm going to do something, most of the time I end up doing it. Now, people don't believe I'm going to do it. People hate on me and say, he's not going to do it, but I do it. Edge telling me that I'm not thinking on the level of him, that I am content being awesome. Let me tell you something. I have never in my entire career been content of where I am. Even right now as WWE champion, I'm not content being WWE champion. I want to make sure that the WWE Championship is the most coveted title in all of WWE. That when you are talking about a champion, you are talking about The Miz and you are talking about Monday Night Raw. Everything else does not matter. I am thinking on a higher level than any other superstar can even fathom.
And going forward, as we head into WrestleMania too, one thing that was shared a lot last night coming off your title win was that amazing video package from WrestleMania 27, set to You Can Hate Me Now, and people were reminiscing on that, how great that was. Any chance we see something similar to that? Because again, same story as 10 years ago. Like you said, a lot of people doubted that you would even make it that far as champion, and you did, and here we are 10 years later. And even at the time, I know there was talk, I think you had mentioned, maybe in another interview, maybe I'm mistaken, that Downstait could be singing you to the ring. Are either of those things possible for WrestleMania 37 this year?
I've already texted Adam Panucci, who literally did did the Hate Me Now vignette before WrestleMania. I've already texted him and said, ready for part 2 whenever you are. He did an absolutely incredible job. To this day, I still don't think there is a vignette that showcased a period of time, a person's career in such a short amount of time. Like literally, I think the thing was 3 minutes long, and you could see just the ascend of the career, and he just showcased it perfectly and did an amazing job. He's just an immense talent that WWE still has to this day, and I'm very thankful that he made that, because honestly, when I was going out there, I still think the audience wasn't fully invested in me. But when that Hate Me Now vignette aired, I think people were like, whoa, okay. It got people behind me, like 100%.
Yep.
And I was like, that's the icing on the cake that I needed. So I was very thankful for that. And I'm hoping that we can do another one.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Again, any chance of a Downstait theme song being sung down to the ring this year, WrestleMania, or are those days past and you're not interested in that anymore?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I love Downstait. I think they did a great job with my entrance music. My entrance music, I always think it's really cool because I'm a sports fanatic. I love baseball, basketball, football, NFL, MLB, NBA. Whenever I hear my song being, an entrance to a batter or leading a football team out, or you hear it during an NBA game, like that means the world to me. I think that's so cool. And it just goes to show the talent that Downstait really has. I wish they would have became the biggest band out there. I think they're very talented, and, they're very good at what they do, and they've made an incredible song for me.
And lastly, Miz, your thoughts on becoming champion now as a father, and was there any feedback you got from your mom or dad coming off of last night's win?
My mom goes, I'm so proud of you, my Michael, because that's what she calls me, my Michael. All my friends from high school, literally, it was funny. My friends put on social media, and I follow them watching the show. Like, they still watch to this day. Like, to this day, they still watch, wrestling. I remember watching, pay-per-views with The Rock and Austin in my living room with my 10 best friends, and my 10 best friends from high school are still watching the show and watching me and supporting me, and seeing their reaction when I won really warms my heart. My dad was like, he's like, wait, you won it's the world championship, right, Mike? It's the WWE, it's the big one, right? And I'm like, yes. He goes, oh, that's great. When are you going to lose it? I'm like, I don't know, Dad. Like, can you just pat me on the back for a little bit while I have it? But yeah, it's really cool. And my mom is just always immensely proud of me and everything that I do.
Perfect. Well, people can catch Mr. and Mrs. Mizanin, George Mizanin on Miz and Mrs. the night after WrestleMania next year, and catch yourself on Raw tonight as the new WWE champion. Miz, thanks so much for the time, man. Always been a big fan. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I always appreciate you guys making time and doing amazing articles because I read everything you guys do.